What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Trinity Wolf, and welcome back to another amazing Yu-Gi-Oh! Day episode. Where I know this is a little late, but after coming back from Nationals, I decided to pretty much take my build straight into our locals and see how well it still was holding up. So, if you guys are new to the channel, please destroy that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up button for me, and well, I pretty much have no other further announcements, so let's just go ahead and get started with this Yu-Gi-Oh! Day episode. So, round 1 versus Scareclaw Kashtira. Unfortunately, I did not win the die roll, so they go first. I don't know if you guys have ever played Scareclaw Kashtira before, but it is a pretty dangerous deck. But I will just say off the bat, I am going to get pretty much obliterated this game 1 just because I had a lot of gas in my hand, but it just wasn't enough to break that board. Mostly just because of the Link monster that just puts everything in defense position, and I'm just wasn't really able to do anything to stop that. So I just want to say some stuff on this round 1. So I know it's been like a couple, almost what is it, like 2 weeks now since Nats, so I apologize for just making these videos a little late. So this will be my build pretty much from Nationals. I'll do a deck profile on it, but I'm pretty much going to be changing my deck soon, mostly just due to how things went this Yu-Gi-Oh! Day episode. I mean, I actually still went like X1, but after Nationals and playing at locals, it's just rough. Like, I guess as much as I love playing with the Neospatians, it's just almost not really worth it anymore, just because I'm really tired of like having bricks and bad hands. I'm just like, you know what, like, I know how good this deck is and how amazing it can be, but when you just have opening hands where you just have Spatians and like no combo starters, like, it gets kind of annoying, because it's like, okay, this deck is amazing, but god, like, I'm tired of that chance of just opening up very bad. Even though this deck can do amazing things, I just don't know if it's really worth it anymore, just considering the fact that, you know, we had a person get top 32 at Nationals. You know, he did absolutely amazing. So I'm just like, gosh, like, I know how good this deck is, but I really just want that consistency again and just being able to just completely win. But of course, I'm going to still do a deck profile on this build, just for those of you who like to, you know, keep it like how I do, where it's like, even though I got to play bad cards, the deck can do amazing things regardless. But yeah, anyway, guys, funny enough, what kind of happens here is like the fact that I was able to like break some of the board because of Absolute Zero. For some reason, I don't know why he didn't read Absolute Zero. Because I was like, okay, you can get rid of him, but he's going to destroy your board. And he's like, oh, I guess I should have read that. But it didn't matter, because his guy's able to attack a lot, and it still broke my board. I mean, didn't really break it, but because there wasn't really a board there. But on to game 2, though, things went a little differently. We E-Call, Stratos gets Ash, we Rhoda for Shadow Mist, because thankfully we had the Ferris in our hand already. And then pretty much that's just all we had to deal with was just the Ash Blossom. We pretty much get the pop off, cross for Malicious, get Neos, and then we use Malicious Effect, get Infernal Divisor, revealing Nebula, getting our Mole and Panther, pretty much like the combo I've been showing you guys lately. Infernal Rage gets us our favorite contact, and then of course we draw our 2, pitch one of our Spatians, cheat out Sunrise for Miracle Fusion. We do have our counter trap in our hand. We Miracle Fusion actually into Wake Up Your Hero using Neos and Flame Wingman, just because I knew I wasn't going to be able to get to DPE or Aqua Dolphin. So I was like, I should be able to have enough here. First, we mass change when he uses Unicorn to search for a card. I think we rip out. What do we rip out? It was like something. Okay, we ripped out Therion, and then he activates the Theosis. I can't remember what that spell is called. He activates that with protection of the elements, negating and destroying it. He gets a normal summon out, and then we make Shining Neo Swingman, destroying both Unicorn and the other guy, and he could not fight through that. Game 3, which kind of sucks. My Ash and Ghost Spell were enough to stop him, but unfortunately he had Ash Blossom yet again for he had an Ash Blossom for my E emergency call, and that unfortunately was enough to just stop me, and then he just kills me. So that's exactly what I was talking about, you guys, where it's just like, if the consistency kind of just sucks, because as you can see, it's like Ash, because they drew an Ash return, so it was Dark Panther, Neos, and an E-Call, and then the Ash was just literally enough to just make me stop, because I was like, there's really no point of me using Panther, because then he'll just use Unicorn to banish it, so it didn't even matter. So round 2 was actually against Dark World, but he pretty much is just trying to get, I think he was saying he was getting back into the game, and then also he was kind of mostly a little distracted just because he had his daughter with him, so he was trying to take care of her at the same time. But that's another thing with my locals too, is like, I'm not gonna lie, like sometimes it's just too easy. Like most of the time when I lose, it's literally to myself. Like that last game, that was probably like the most competitive deck I played against. Well, not really, because there was somebody else, but sometimes most of my games, they're like just too easy. Like I don't know if it's just because like my, they don't know how to stop my deck, or it's just like, but like nothing on this dude, of course, but it's just like a lot of the times we get a lot of newer people trying to come back into the game at our store. So most of the time there's a lot of my games that are like that, and it's like I need sometimes it to be more competitive, but most of the time people at my locals are just mostly either playing for fun or a deck that's not really like crazy strong. But as you can see, I clearly won game 1, and then game 2 we go first, and me being able to go first just is completely ridiculous, because we get basically double Stratos off, and then we pretty much just pop off there, even though I had to tribute Stratos with Ferris, which is kind of funny. I had to do that multiple times in the day. But yeah, like, I don't know if it's just my luck and my match makeups, because I know there's a lot of people there that, do play crazy strong decks. I don't know if it's just my matchmaking for me, but I don't know. So I'm going to pretty much just take my deck building more seriously. It might be time to say goodbye to the Spatians, at least for now, unless I make a pure Neos deck. But for my Omni Hero build, I think we're just going to be a little, strictly more competitive. I mean, even though I am playing this deck competitively, I just hope it makes sense in what I'm saying by, just taking the build more serious and not just putting a bunch of fun stuff in there with, possibly trying to do, cute things like Cosmo Neos and stuff like that. So unfortunately, it's probably time for it to go, because I just want more consistency, and I want to just, I just want to win. Even though Cosmo Neos is great, it's just not very, like, I mean, it's consistent to do him, but it's, when you're trying to fight people with multiple hand traps, and with new, with more hand traps possibly coming back into the new format, it's going to be, pretty rough. So I want to be able to open up as well of a hand as possible. But like I said previously, I'm going to do a deck profile regardless, and hopefully you guys will still enjoy the build, because also with that, there's a lot of like negative comments on my builds when I have Spatians in them. Like, I'm just like it's kind of funny, because I mean, I'm not taking it in a bad way. I kind of laugh at it because it's like when I had the one that was when I did that one a long time ago where I did that short where like that 60-second deck profile. People were putting so many negative comments on it, but I'll talk about that in a second. But this was actually a mirror match, and he had the Spatians and stuff and everything in his deck, but he goes first, however, and he bricked. So it was literally just a set one pass, and we pretty much get the pop off. So I don't know what I would have done if he actually had the full combo. Mostly due to the fact that I think I only had an imperm in hand. I guess all I would have attempted to stop was, if I really thought about it, I think maybe stopping the Infernal Wingman would probably be the way to go. Or just honestly holding the hand trap, imperm for my turn for like something like Plasma or whatever. Because sometimes with the hero matchup, sometimes it's like, okay, well, this could possibly stop them. Or is it just better for them to build the board and then we just stop everything on my turn? But we go for a wake up in DPE, and we were actually going to go into battle phase. But he actually Book of Eclipsed. So I used DPE's effects on the Eclipse to pop both of them. Spirit Neos came out. So we weren't able to kill him. But we just basically continued where we used a Divisor, got our Mole and Panther just to get as many resources out of our deck as possible. Being able to have as many options with Favorite Contact as possible. But we were able to Protection of the Elements, protect, from stopping the Fusion Destiny, and that was pretty much game one. Game two, however, he gets to go first. Didn't brick this time, so let's just see what he can do. We go the pretty much Vision Hero combo. I do remember this game quite a bit because it was kind of, I guess not funny, but it was kind of like I was like, it was mostly like a why did you do that type of thing. So he goes for Plasma and be like, okay, well that's going to be an issue, but at least we do have like this mass change to like get like a effect off. So here we go. That Nibiru would have been really sweet at that. So instead of fusing away for Sunrise first, he just goes straight for DPE. I guess because of the thought of Nibiru, just make DPE first. So then, then he grabs Dark Angel, and I'm just like, okay. I was like, okay, maybe he's not going to have enough bodies for Plasma, maybe, or maybe he's changing his mind on what he's going to do. Because like I had 3 spells in hand, and I was like, this Dark Angel might actually kind of hurt me a little bit. Then he goes for Plasma. I was like, okay, well, he's not going to Dark Angel. Then he destroys the 2 and then gives me Dark Angel. I'm like, what? And I'm like, why did he give me Dark Angel? Like, the hell? And I go Foolish Barrel, and he's like, it's negated with Dark Angel. I'm like, yeah, that would be cool, right? And then I add Ferris, and then I was telling him, like, dude, you put Plasma on your field and gave me Dark Angel. He's going to turn off Dark Angel. Like, what are you talking about? So he was like, oh, I wasn't really, like, thinking about it. I'm like, dude, come on, man. Like, I was like, okay. And then, instead of going for Sunrise, because we actually already had Miracle Fusion on our hand, we go Absolute Zero here into Wonder Driver. And then, he's going to trigger DP's effect on Absolute Zero's activation. Kind of funny enough, it almost messed me up because I was like, oh, God, I still have this Dark Angel on my field. But luckily, we never normal summoned yet. I don't know why I just didn't link off the Dark Angel. I don't know why I didn't do that. But it didn't really matter. We were able to get rid of it regardless. And then, we pretty much just get the pop off here. Was it? Oh, gosh, I don't remember. I guess it wasn't a normal summon. Oh, yeah, that's right. Wonder Driver's Destruction got Stratos out of my hand, which allowed me to search for Vion, and we normal summoned Vion. So that's what happened. For a second, I was like, oh, God, I know I didn't double normal summon here. Forgot all about Wonder Driver. So we go into polymerization here. I forgot what I fuse into. Oh, we fuse into DP Sunrise using Plasma and Neos. Because I searched for Plasma and I was like, well, great. Now I'm going to have to end up using it. And then we made DPE. So we made DPE with the Fusion Destiny. And that was pretty much game there. On to round 4. This is mostly the game that I'm talking about, where it's just like, dumb luck kind of just saves my ass in this instance, because uh, I literally got to go first, and I just had to pass. But dumb luck kind of just saves me here, because he's, you know, when your opponent doesn't really put up a board and you kind of just get to go immediately as soon as the game starts, you're kind of like, okay, I'm just going to build my going first board. And that's pretty much exactly what's going on here. So he's literally putting everything in defense. I mean, I'm not going to, I still lose this game, but, because then he realizes, oh yeah, I need to start putting stuff in attack. But like that almost like saved me, just him putting everything in defense. But what I'm talking about is like, bricking, like, we've got the Panther and the Plasma in our hand, not being able to do literally anything. But, I just cut it short because, he eventually just makes his monsters to where he switches them into attack position. So I did get to like draw for turn, but it didn't matter. But here's the other instance where I'm literally setting to normal summoning Mole and passing. Like, that's another instant I'm talking about where I'm like, well, great. But dumb luck saves me is literally the fact that I have Rivalry of the Warlords. So once he makes this guy, because it's a fish, literally once he makes him, I flip over Rivalry. So he can't really use its effect to get rid of it to get out the other two, because, he'd have to be bringing out fish monsters, which not going to happen. Then he just sets one pass, and then we use Mole to attack it to bounce it to the hand. We normal summon Vion. It's going to get destroyed, even though the trap's still going to resolve. I just wanted to keep the body on the field. And then, Dark Law kind of hurts this deck just a little bit. We rip out, I forgot which one it was. I think he just shuffled it back into the deck instead of banishing it. I just now caught that watching the video. He put it back in the deck instead of... Oh, no. That was the trap effect. My bad. To special one. I thought it was Dark Law's effect going off here. But we pretty much get our shiny Neos, but we had to like reverse the game state because Infernal Divisor is for some reason a damn fiend, which not being able to get access to that Neos kind of just hurt me a little bit, because now I couldn't really continue to make a bigger board to destroy him. But pretty much Rivalry and Dark Law were just enough to pretty much win me that game. But, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I literally won that game because of Rivalry of the Warlords. Like, I don't like winning just off a Floodgate alone. Like, my deck should have been able to put up some kind of a threat. But it was literally just a freaking Mole Boy in attack position. And then, we Imperm, I forgot which one it was. The Leon, I think. Then he goes into the Xyz monster. That guy's the one that gives me like a token, and then he pops a token and pops stuff in the same column, like near the adjacent columns, is it? I think I can't remember what I drew for turn. I think I had a called by, maybe. So we have this token, but I think what we start off with is Fusion Destiny, just because we actually had Hero Lives, but because of the token, we weren't able to do anything. So we did have a called by just in case he had Ash. And then we actually triggered DPE's effect immediately, to where I kind of just popped the token and the other guy. And then we use pretty much our Destiny Hero lineup into Cross. But, of course, this is the last match of the day. So I'm just going to say my final things on, like, hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Of course, I'm going to be having the deck profile coming out soon. And, I have a lot of other videos coming in mind. I just have a few things going on this weekend. Just a little bit of sad news. I have to be saying goodbye to one of my pets this week on Thursday. Just having I'll probably do a separate video on that. But, yeah, I'm going to have to say goodbye to one of my pets. He's just really, really, really old and going on a trip at the end of the month. And my family's like, yeah, we don't want him to pass while we're away, so it's probably time for it's time. So I'm not trying to end this video on a sad note, just letting you guys know kind of like what's going on. And there's obviously I have actually a little bit more than that going on, but Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Please destroy that thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys in the next one. And yeah, that's it.